Now, I'm going to take we're not taking our time, but we're going to really get into this one because I know I'm just going to be like, pose a question, I'm out. Is it fair that we still compare players of this era to the Jordans, to the Bryants, to the Birds, to the Johnsons?
Oh, man.
Do you feel this is fair? Because what's happening now is we're constantly comparing these guys, and I'm hearing the pushback is we're comparing them to players that played 40 years ago.
Yes.
Matt?
Yes. As somebody who came in watching basketball in the 2000s, I did not go back and research Larry Bird. I did not go back and research Isaiah Thomas. I did not go back and research Isaiah.
Sure.
Right, but I'm not going to do that. I'm a 9-year-old kid. I'm appreciating what I'm watching on the television. I'm not going back. I'm not an analyst. I'm not going back. I'm watching Stephon Marbury and the Knicks. I'm watching Kobe Bryant. I don't care about what happened in the past. I care about the right now. I always had an appreciation for the players. I could care who came before them. I never watched it. I was born in 1995. Jordan was winning his third. I was getting breastfed. I don't know what happened. All I know is when I started watching basketball, the players now were the players I love. I don't care what they did before. I don't care if they win. I just enjoy watching them play. Point blank, period.
That was harsh. The way I see how you asking the question, Thurman, is yes, players will always be compared to the players of the past because that's what sports is. Period. I remember I think it was Shannon Fry who had this conversation about how I was killing it. In fact, I think he's being disingenuous because at the end of the day, when we bring up Kobe, we bring up Jordan.
Who do you bring up? When you bring up Jordan?
When we bring up Dr. J. When we
bring up Dr. J.
If you look at the game, it's
right,
similar.
But why? Why we
Because
continue? Why can't? That's the thing. Why
his,
can't Jordan just be Jordan?
Well, that's
why do we have to say, oh, he's just like that?
Jordan did it.
That's
From my eyes, did.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Good. And why couldn't he just say that? Why does everybody else have to come in?
I don't think you wanted to have this conversation, but let me ask you this real quick because this goes to baseball real quick, right? Why was we were able to call anybody Babe Ruth?
Because he was.
Why there was no comparison?
He was the babe.
But why there was no comparison?
Because at that point in time, you had nobody.
Until.
You know the steroid era came around.
No. Shohei Ohtani, because he's the first player since Babe Ruth to be both pitching and batting at an elite level. So we didn't have anybody to compare to Babe Ruth. Now we do. That's just what sports is. We're not diminishing. Nobody's diminishing the present. In fact, we're kind of like. I feel like we're kind of like saying, hey, you're like Anthony Edwards. You got Jordan. Your personality, your game is like Jordan-esque. To me, that's a compliment. Because if I could compare you to somebody who I consider the greatest of all time, that's a compliment to your game. That's a compliment to you. So I don't see how that's a knock. So that's why I say
it's a knock when he doesn't win. And all of a sudden, well, Jordan did this, and it's a knock when this is a different player trying to. That's a knock when it's a different player trying to form their own path, and we're trying to.
I feel
down this path.
And for the player that you're referring, I feel that's self-inflicted.
What?
Thank you.
That's self-inflicted.
Pause.
No.
Stop right now. I just watched a documentary where Anthony Edwards came up to Barack Obama and said, Barack, I'm the shit.
That wasn't a documentary.
I'm the shit.
That was a documentary?
He was whatever it was. I watched him walk up to the 44th president of the United States. I'm the shit. And you're telling me wrong is wrong for coming in? I'm the king.
That's why I compare him to Jordan.
So, right there. Exactly right there. That's the shit I'm talking about. Stop the bullshit and it's bias. It's bias. It's not. It's bias against one. It's bias against one player because he walked up to the president of the United States and said, "Hey, Barack, I'm the ish." And you know who Barack calls?
Man, real quick.
Braun, come over here. You hear what he's saying?
Man, real quick.
Ain't this what you said when you came in the league? You the king?
And guess who else was called the truth?
Paul George? Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce. I mean, that's just the way it is in sports.
Right.
Self-proclaimed.
But I just think that.
I don't like how we say we love somebody with a killer mentality. We love somebody who has this, and then somebody comes in. I'm the king. We don't like that. It's confusing to me.
Real quick,
it's very confusing to me. Somebody who came in the game in 1990, started watching ball in the 2000s. I'm watching somebody.
Wait, Jordan never came in saying that he was going to be the greatest. That he was the greatest, and to this day he doesn't say that he's the greatest.
He never had to. He came in. He was like, what? He wasn't even. Jordan was what round?
He has us to say that.
Exactly.
We all seen that. We all seen that greatness.
Wait. Jordan was winning. Jordan was winning before he got into the NBA because he was
winning in college.
So we knew who Jordan
I watched
was.
that documentary.
So we knew who Jordan was before we got.
I watched that documentary.
And
We did.
Right.
But,
And I'm like,
real
real
quick,
sorry, Spencer. Before I
real
start
quick,
talking.
because I know you said you brought up the age. Because when I agree when we say self-inflicted. Let me ask you a question. When LeBron James made that announcement on ESPN at 7 o'clock,
Right.
what night? What was it?
Right.
Oh, with Jim Gray.
Yeah, when he made the big announcement that he was
Right.
going to
Take my
Miami.
talents to
To Miami.
Miami.
How old was you when he said that? I'm just
I
curious.
was in middle school.
Like,
I was
very impactful,
I was
yeah.
legitimately in
I
middle
can't
school.
knock that. That's very.
That's what I'm
impactful
trying to
too.
tell you. I was
I'm-
a child. I'm in high
you
school.
wasn't. So you wasn't. I'm
I
saying,
didn't. I was in freshman year of high school. I don't know about it. All I know is LeBron went to South Beach. But the implications of
Perfect.
why he did it
Listen.
is for the older people to discuss.
I
I don't.
Yeah, that
You understand what I'm telling you?
perfect.
I don't get this as to why it's an issue up until I go to
Well,
college. Like,
it
oh,
kinda-
that's why.
it
I'm
kinda-
one point about this. I never said I agree with it.
My
by
thing
the
is
way.
like,
I want you to know that.
Here's my point now, right? Because I watched LeBron James' entire career,
Okay. So did I.
and that was that when he did that. So you didn't know because you wasn't. Me and Thurman know because we was.
No, I watched.
We was what 20, 20,
Right.
21 when we meet.
With thoughts.
So we,
with,
yeah,
exactly.
I know. So you don't know about the self-inflicted because we do. We seen it.
Right.
So that's why when we see stuff like that, it's like, that's gonna go against your legacy because but you wasn't there to see it. That's what
That's
you.
what you
That's why
think
you don't understand.
regarding his legacy.
But that's why you don't
think
understand,
that.
man.
But
I
again,
just think that's why you don't understand.
Okay,
Is because
okay.
you wasn't there.
Okay.
And that's not a knock to you.
No, I know it's not a knock.
knock
Let
to
me.
you.
Let me.
I know it's not a
let
knock.
me-
That's like saying
Hold on,
you
hold
didn't
on,
watch
hold
the 98 Bulls and Jordan. You
Hold
wasn't
on.
there.
Yeah, but-
I can't talk to you about that.
That's
But here's the thing. Let me give you a revision history about what happened around that time. So
no.
right now,
I know what
the
happened.
beef
I know he
was
went to South
because-
and how he did it was wrong. I am a Braun fan that's not. I'm not mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he was right at how he did it. But I'm just saying, as a person, the
But
reason
you was-
why I love Braun because all of that talk, I didn't have that. I just got to see the guy play. So there's no for
So
me.
you got to take it for
That's why
Right,
I don't
exactly. And I
blame
got to need that for all these players.
And that's why I don't blame you
For-
for
that's
not
what I'm
fully
saying, for all these
understanding
players.
how we feel because
Right.
you didn't see what we saw.
You didn't right, and you saw what you saw was what you saw, and
You
you're
saw
comparing
it
it for because you also saw
Yeah.
Jordan and all these other players.
We
I
watched-
didn't.
I know,
Right.
that's what I'm
So
blaming you.
my generation, we don't care. You're saying that his legacies can be rewritten by whoever's talking about them.
But
History
that's
is
not-
written by the victor.
That was-
So whoever wins,
That's a different
when
conversation.
Stephen A. Smith is gone and somebody else is now taking his space, who are they going to talk about? Man, Braun was that guy,
That's-
and everybody will be compared to Braun,
Let me-
just like it was to Jordan, because
Let me ask you-
that is the player these
So-
analysts would now have been watching when they were growing
So let me
up.
ask you a question.
That's what I'm trying to
So let me ask
say.
you a quick
That's
question.
all it is.
So let me
Makes
ask you a
sense?
quick
That's all
question.
it
So
is.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, a player like LeBron James come in, and then now we start saying, "Look, got a new LeBron James." Is that a knock?
No,
Not bad.
I'm not saying it's not, but nobody
That's the
knows.
same thing we
Where
say
you
compared to-
where are people being compared to
Right.
LeBron?
I'm just saying. Let's give an example. 5, 10 years from now in the future,
It's not.
And
I'm
that's
not
the problem.
saying that you can compare
You
these
see what
players. I'm not
saying?
saying
Am I
that.
wrong for
I'm
asking
not
that?
saying
You
that.
understand what I'm saying?
I'm not
Am I
saying.
wrong for asking it?
Yeah.
Again,
I'm
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 not.
gonna tell you right now.
I'm not saying it's
Hold on.
bad to be. Oh, you play like
I'm
you.
wrong for
You are.
asking that.
You play just like Jordan. I'm saying. Oh man, well,
Let's
you
say
didn't
no,
train.
no,
Jordan
think
did it
about
like
it this
this.
way.
Jordan did it this way, and
And
he didn't do this.
this
That's
is,
annoying.
This is where I give because LeBron doesn't. No player gets compared to LeBron. No player
He
gets
gets compared to Magic.
No, the players that get compared, they get compared to Jordan or Kobe.
And LeBron James has been compared to Magic Johnson because he passes. How many times you heard LeBron James compared to Magic Johnson? I could pull up tapes of it. He's been compared to
Who's
Magic
comparing
Johnson.
Braun to anybody?
But I'm just saying, let's say 5, 10 years from now, let's say we come up, we're older now, right? We see a new player come in. He has the same frame as LeBron James. For some reason, he kind of looks like him. Cause I kind of see that with Anthony Edwards. He kind of look like Jordan a little bit. Is it me or am I crazy?
There you go.
But let's say, and then we be like, oh look, we're comparing him to LeBron James. I mean, is that a bad?
It's not.
It's not bad, but I
So
don't
then
think
why is
that
it bad
we're
that we're
comparing
doing
them
the
to.
90s?
I'm saying it's an issue where you keep comparing. It's like, well, the '90s played like this, and it's like this, and it was physical, and it's this.
Because
And
it
then,
was a totally
put it like this.
different
Put it like this.
But that's
Right? When
another-
coming
that's
from somebody who
another
never watched,
conversation.
coming from somebody who never watched Jordan,
I'm just
and
talking
then
about
going back and
comparing
watching that
apples-
documentary.
I'm just comparing apples to apples.
Again, and I'm trying to tell you, somebody who had to go back and do their history on these players, right? I have uncles just like you, who are people, older guys just like you. Jordan was this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm saying that Jordan was just elite, and I'm shutting my mouth up
You ever
because
heard,
wrong, right?
you ever heard Devin Booker compared to somebody?
Again, let me finish this thing. Let me finish my thought. I go back and I watch that documentary on Jordan, The Last Dance. And all of a sudden, I learned that Jordan actually struggled to beat the first round. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm watching and learning, like, wait, I thought he was, and he wasn't. I thought he was, and the way people talked about Jordan to me, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not twisting nothing. I'm trying to tell you my life's experiences in basketball because it relates to watching sports. I don't watch these conversations I've been having with older guys since I was in high school. And these are the things that they were saying. Jordan was this. Man, Jordan was 6-0. He was this. Oh, you go back and watch that documentary. Why didn't you guys tell me that Jordan didn't win in the first round? Why didn't you tell me that? Why did you tell me he did not beat Larry Bird? Why did you tell me that?
Did you really watch the documentary?
I watched the documentary. Did he not lose to Larry Bird even though he dropped 63?
That's it.
It's not. That's what I'm trying to say. We love to talk about Jordan's accomplishments. We don't love to talk about the times that he lost. We keep trying to act like he was this great person that won everything all the time, and he didn't. That's the issue. We talk about him and this guy like that.
Here's the thing.
We talk about him and this guy like that.
It actually breaks it down because, like, if you think about it, that Chicago Bulls team should have been nowhere near the
playoffs.
Nowhere.
They're
all high up on fucking coke.
Crack, they're on drugs. That's the part thank you.
Jordan got that team to where he needed
on drugs. These people were on drugs and he took them to the playoffs. It's like, that's the part where I'm saying, like, y'all don't know. You just watch y'all
in the playoffs, scoring 40, scoring 50, scoring 40, averaging 40.
Full documentary.
Averaging 40. To the point, yeah, you couldn't get past the first round, but it wasn't the lack of him going outstandingly above and beyond of what.
He went up against Boston. He took a cracked
Boston team
against 5 Hall of Famers. A team that if you watch the last day, did you not see the celebration they did to get into the playoffs like they won a championship? Because the fact that he took a drug, but that don't matter to you. I get it because that's what he said.
It's not that. It's right there. The fact that he took it, the fact that he did it. When my guy took the team and went against the Spurs, he lost. Oh, LeBron got fucking
How much did he get? How many points did he score?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. How many turnovers did he have in that series? How many? Like, when I tell you, Jordan was not the reason. Jordan was not. If anything, Jordan kept them from getting massacred by the fucking Celtics.
Dropping close to 70 points. Now, give me the numbers on the finals first round against Dallas and Miami. Give me those numbers.
LeBron had a horrible series against Dallas, and that's what I'm talking about. We love to sit here and talk about. We love to sit here and talk about when players fall apart and we're comparing to somebody who also fell apart.
Question though, whose fault is that? The media or LeBron? Because the media don't play basketball. LeBron did. That's self-inflicted. You took a team. You went down to Miami, made a parade about winning 7 chips. Made a parade about saying you're going down there. And when you get to the finals, you get your ass beat by Dallas, by an underdog. And then not only you get beat, you was nowhere to be found. You got outplayed by Jason Terry and J.J. Barea. That's not me. That's not Thurman. That's not you. That's LeBron James. But if since you want to make it to that conversation, that's it. That's not
right.
That goes back to being
self-inflicted. It's LeBron James.
You come and you make this suit. That's what I say. I think that you're too young to understand the storyline.
I'm not too young. I know for a fact. Every time LeBron James loses, when Kobe lost, there was no referendum on Kobe's clutchness. There was not immediately, hey, Kobe lost. Let's pull up all his fucking stats. That he's 0-6, 0-17, like we do with LeBron. Hey, Jordan lost. Let's pull up all his lost stats and show you how many times he lost. We don't do that with them, but we do that with these players here. The minute they lose, let's pull up those losing stats. The minute they do something wrong, let's pull up those losing stats. KD doesn't win, let's pull up the fact that KD never won without Steph. That's what I don't like. It's constant comparing. So this appreciating these players for winning, losing, and playing basketball.
In sports, is about story. It's also about story.
It's about story if you make it about story.
It is.
It's about story if you make it about story. You can come in and just watch the game. You can come in and just watch the game. If you make it about story, you can totally make it a story. You can make anything a story. We can sit here and talk about. The fact that OKC was first seed last year, and may not even win the series this time.
Thurman. I mean,
we can always make stories.
Sports is a story.
You can make it a story. You can sit there and just watch. If I don't know nothing about baseball, it's just baseball.
No matter what.
But because I know something about basketball, it's more than basketball. I know nothing about baseball. When I sit and watch a baseball game, that's just a baseball game. There's no story behind it.
We all don't watch hockey here. But was it a story when it was Team Canada versus USA?
We
don't know about it, right?
No, I don't know no story about that. All I know is that Canada has
now
a,
everybody was into it.
Well, it's not
can't-
about
right.
I say watch the game.
Right.
Like, was they all talking about it on ESPN? Because why? It was a story behind it. It wasn't much about the
because they
game.
made it a story.
Because that's what sports is.
It's because they have to make it a story.
What's
Because
that story?
you can also
Whether
just,
you like the story or
if
you
you
don't.
tuned in to
Guess
that
what?
hockey game,
Guess
you
what?
did not know it was USA
Guess what?
versus Canada. That's just a hockey game.
Guess what?
And that is a great segue because coming up, we're going to give you guys a bonus pinstripe report where one of the subjects is about what just happened right now within the baseball. But moving on, like, comment, subscribe. I had to cut this short because we're out of time. We're way out of time. So it was riveting. I got to give it that. But
Give your opinion, guys. See what you want to say about it. Like, let us know. It's not going to be just 3. You guys got maybe.
we got time for it. I'm sorry we had to cut that short. That was pretty riveting. But Matt, let the people know where they can find you at.
The Black Obi-Wan on Twitter.
Cyrus?
Cyrus on PSN IG and Instagram. I did say OG.
I was like, who?
Yeah, no, I said Instagram IG twice. I'm an idiot. I'm hype right now. It's hot.
Oh, peace and blessings. Thank you for watching Up and Level. This is your boy Fabito. If you like this show, you like the sports edition, like, comment, subscribe, get involved. Peace.